The current Big Ten champions face a new Big Ten starting in 2024. Let's take a look right here at the Voice of College Football. Please like the video, share the videos out on social media. Even if you don't agree with me, if you love the best discussion, debate, and analysis, that's the aim, the goal, and the mission right here at the Voice of College Football. Let's look at Michigan's schedule for 2024 and 2025. And beyond that, look at the comparison of what they currently face in a setup where they face 6 division foes out of the East and 3 from the West, and how that compares to what's going to happen for Michigan's schedule going forward. The 2 permanent opponents for the Wolverines, Ohio State and Michigan State, as it should be. Their 2-play opponent for the 24 and 25 seasons is Maryland. So this is an opponent that the Big Ten has guaranteed just for these 2 particular seasons. Then they will rotate to another opponent starting in 2026. Michigan has 5 home games in 2024. They include Michigan State, Maryland, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, also newcomer UCLA. As a footnote here, Michigan 8-3 all-time against the Bruins. They last faced UCLA in a 23-20 loss in 2000. The away games for the Wolverines in 2024, Ohio State, Illinois, Rutgers, and USC. So a trip out to the Coliseum to face USC, in which the Trojans lead this series 6-4. They won a couple Rose Bowls after the 2003 and 2006 seasons, 28-14 and 32-18 against Michigan. So that's Michigan's schedule for 2024. The non-conference for Michigan, which has been laughable in recent years, gets mighty tough in 24 because Fresno State's no pushover. The Bulldogs and the Wolverines have never played. Michigan's got a game against Sunbelt Conference foe Arkansas State. They also take on Texas. Of course, the only 2 times that Texas and Michigan have faced off was the 2004 Rose Bowl, January 1st, 05. We know it's going to be the Buckeyes. We know it's going to be Sparty in 2025, but let's check out the rest of Michigan's schedule and size it up against what they currently play. Ohio State, Penn State, Northwestern, and Purdue at home. So, much like what they face right now, the 2 toughest games would appear to be those 2 at home. The away games for Michigan, Michigan State, Maryland, Nebraska, and Iowa out of the current Big Ten Western Division, and also Indiana, a yearly opponent currently. So the Wolverines face 5 current Eastern Division foes, 4 from the West. Now let's look at the non-conference schedule, which includes New Mexico and Central Michigan. And unless things drastically change and the world of college football is completely turned on its head, those are 2 cakewalks, but not this one. Oklahoma in Norman. So a bit of Big 12 flavor for the Wolverines in 2024-25, but it's going to be 2 SEC teams. Big 12 flavor, but SEC currently. Oklahoma and Michigan only faced 1 time. That was a 14-6 Oklahoma win in the 1976 Orange Bowl. It's not tough to analyze that for the Big Ten Western Division teams currently, their schedules are going to get much tougher because they're facing USC and UCLA, and then also more games from the Eastern Division, the likes of Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, and Michigan State. However, for the Eastern Division teams, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Sure, it's more USC, UCLA, but it's more of the West and less of the East. So as we look at Michigan's schedule, we would have to say that the 24 schedule is probably a little bit more difficult than what they currently face. There's no Indiana, and they do have to face Minnesota, Wisconsin, and USC and UCLA, but there is no Penn State to deal with in 2024. They do get the Nittany Lions in 25. No USC, no UCLA, no Wisconsin, which might be the best program in the Western Division, but they do add on the Penn State game in 2025. For the Eastern Division teams, it's close. For the Western Division teams, much tougher. Our look at Michigan's schedule for 24 and 25. Your thoughts below right here at the Voice of College Football.